The Hansel and Gretel. I mean, Hansel versus Gretel. Let me see. Okay. It was. The description is kind of misleading. Okay. Let me reread this. Trapped under a dark spell, Gretel assembles a coven of witches that terrorizes the town until Hansel finds the courage to fight his sister and the sinister forces that control her. Now, with that description, you would think Hansel somewhere in the corner sucking on his thumb till one day he finally gets up the courage to go and battle these things. Okay, that's not what happened in the movie. Hansel had the courage all along. For a whole year, he's been upping his game, sharpening his battle skills, and Gretel was not over a coven. There was a coven against her that was coming for her because they thought that she was trying to take Lilith's place or turf or whatever. But I don't know what the urgency was with Lilith trying to get Gretel to sign over the deed. I don't know exactly, but Lilith, this is Lilith right here and her appearance in the movie. She signed over the bakery to Gretel, so Gretel had the bakery full right. So she had every right to be in the bakery. But yeah, if you read this, you would think it was a different movie off of the description than what you're gonna see. So yeah, Hansel had courage, and a coven was actually gunning for Gretel because they didn't know about Gretel somehow. They didn't know that Lilith signed over the paper, signed over the deed to Gretel. Or at least that's what they were saying. So, yeah. So, yeah, I wanted to point that out because I did notice that. And you'll notice that when you watch it, like right off the bat, like Hansel is saving victims from. And you know what? They didn't show who he's saving victims from. But anyways, I would have thought it would have been because he mentions the pies and then the recipe is mentioned again. So just if you read this description, like this description, I guess you're supposed to take it with a grain of salt or watch the movie with a grain of salt or something. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that the movie is quite different than the description. Thought you might wanted to know that. All right, Tina Bailey. Do you plan on watching this movie? I didn't do too much of a spoiler. Yeah, so let me know in the comments below. If you've even seen this movie, it's on Tubi. You can check it out for yourself. All right. Hey, am I recording? Yep. Am I recording? Am I recording? I don't know if I'm recording. Maybe I'm. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, I'm recording. But I'm not recording there. Okay, let's get out. Okay, I'm recording. Oh, my goodness. I have to check to see if I recorded earlier. Hold on. Oh, wait on. All right, I am recording. So, let's get into this Hansel versus Gretel. I completed the movie. Let's see who's in here. Directed by Ba1ley. And let's see, starring Brant Liddick and Aquella Zal. Okay, let's go to this one and see who's starring. Okay, directed by Anthony C. Ferranti, and starring D. Wallace. Oh, there go Brant Liddick and Stephanie Greco. I wonder if this is now. See, now I'm gonna have to look at the credits to see who Gretel played. Like, I wonder if let me see. I wonder if I can do that while I'm recording. I'm not sure. So it does seem like there's two different Gretels. But the same the same Hansel. So I'm talking about this movie here, Hansel versus Gretel. And let's see. Trying to see the names. Yeah. So I think I was right. Like the Gretel looks different in this movie when you actually like see her. So, but it does fit into what she's doing, like how she's been, I guess you can say, taken over, and has fit the role of running the gingerbread house cafe that's in town. So of course she'd look different and act different, and she is different. Seems like two different actors. Okay, this movie started out very suspenseful. This movie could have gone anywhere. Like, oh my goodness, it was very suspenseful. I like how it started off showing clips of the gingerbread cafe being signed over with Gretel's name on it, confirming that this is a sequel to the Brothers Grimm Gretel Hansel. this movie here, Hansel and Gretel. So that just confirmed that, tied that with this movie, with that first, that when it comes on, it shows a clip of that specifically. And then the first scene, it happens in the gingerbread cafe. The mentioning of the meat pies, the purchasing, and then you have the next scene, which shows like some I don't know. It shows spider webs. You would think they're spider webs, but they're actually like blades. um, so it was very, very suspenseful, and then you get introduced to these different witches, and they had on some very fashionable clothes and jewelry, and they could have been models, just wearing fashion and things, beauty, and so where I thought it was going, it didn't quite go where I thought it was going. I thought the grandma was a witch because she kind of looked like Lilith. And from the other movie, she looked similar to her. Like she could have been her with a different wig and different makeup on. But the movie didn't go that route of the grandma being a witch, because it could have been like the grandma knew it was a witch, she was a witch, and then she could have been, I don't know, somehow her and Gretel passing down, she, teaching Gretel, but actually it was Lilith, Gretel said, that taught her everything she knew. Because I just said that because like the grandma was like kind of getting offended that Hansel was harming these other witches, and she was like, there's good witches too. Like she could have been a good witch, but she just seemed to turn out to just be a grandma. What else? Gretel seized opportunities, and oh my goodness, I don't know how she got from here to there to everywhere to do a little what they call them things, little search hunt, what them things with notes and so the movie is entertaining, okay. I don't know if she did that with magic or what. Like she was leaving little clues and hints and notes with the little sticky letters, and it just seemed like like, okay, you had time to do all this, but it was very fast paced, like toward the end. And entertaining. It was entertaining. Lilith did come back. Lilith made made an appearance for a little while, and it seemed like what was going on was Lilith's plan all the while, but yeah. What Hansel had said in like the very beginning about how some witches are get into a power that are over. He says something like, he basically says what happened in the movie. Like, I don't know, like some choose a different path, some choose the evil path, some have be working with a power that's over their head, and so that kind of seemed like what happened with Gretel. But it did seem like it might have been Lilith's plan, but then it seems like Lilith has done this before because of what the elder has said. Like, you can't control your proteges. So yeah, so Greta kind of went off, and then something came and stopped her. Something hopped out and I guess was trying to control order, cause Gretel was going to be the grand poobah or whatever. She was trying to be on top model, right? Like, she just like she finna be the last one standing. I seen she wasn't quick to gobble up Lilith and the elder, though. I was like, okay, are you finna go over there and gobble her too? You gonna do that? Okay, but she didn't. And Hansel couldn't uh couldn't do her in. I don't know how that would have worked. It seemed like he might. So they wound up running. He rounded up helping her up, and they rounded up running because then you hear sirens in the distance. And yeah, uh, seems like Gretel can handle her own, and she really set everything up. She seized opportunities, and oh my goodness, like, ugh, there was a lot of gross scenes and imageries, and uh, well, how can I wrap this up? Entertaining, very different as far as like the movies. You see, it was a different director. I guess it was a different director. So, like, uh, uh, it was different. It was different, but it still had. It was done well. It was different, but it was done well, and it's on Tubi, so you can check it out on Tubi. That's where I checked it out at. And if you'd like to see part one of this, you could see that. That way you can see the dynamics of Lilith and Gretel and Hansel. You don't have to see that, but I mean, you could watch this by itself if you would like. So that's my review, and that's all. That's all. Tina Ba1ley with a review for you. Hansel versus Gretel.